次しくじったら2回殴って5発撃つ。
Hey guys, it's Ash here with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 funny anime characters with tragic backstories.
使命だ。
For this list, we're going to be looking at characters in anime known for their comedic chops, who just so happen to have really sad histories. Think we missed any laughing tragedies? Let us know in those comments. And as always, if there's an anime list you want to see, go to my Twitter at AshJBo and let me know. Number 10, Toru. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Before she traded in her fire breath for a maid attire, Toru more than lived up to her title as the bringer of destruction.
ここに腰を乗せてください。
As a member of the Chaos faction of dragons, she was raised with hatred in her heart, destined to bring ruin to humans.
私は混沌勢の代表格、終焉帝の娘です。娘が逃げるようでは、父の立場も悪くなる。
When doubt about her cause began to nestle its way in, she wandered alone for centuries, belonging to no one, with only a shaky rivalry with Harmony Dragon Elma to keep her afloat. At least until she found love and purpose with a certain stoic office worker.
こいつらを全滅させて、ドラゴンのしがらみも全部壊して、自由になって、それから。
Number 9, Odokawa. Odd Taxi. He's just a walrus trying to get by, until we find out he isn't. While his dry sense of humor and quick-wittedness allowed him to navigate a gauntlet of gangsters and murder plots, never once did we stop to think that maybe Odokawa's worldview was perhaps impaired.
なぜなら、人間が苦手だからだ。
This turns out to be the case when the anthropomorphic characters inhabiting this world are revealed to be a result of long-standing mental issues tracing back to the time his mother almost doomed them both to a watery grave.
事故を起こした後、お父さんとお母さんがどこかへ行っちゃったってことと、お医者さんがワニみたいだなってことしか覚えていない。僕が本当にセイウチになっちゃったから。
The only thing more shocking was that he was able to make a full recovery and metaphorically shed his walrus exterior come series end.
小戸川さん。
Number 8, Gugu. To Your Eternity. The spiritual brother that Fushi didn't know he needed, Gugu quickly established himself as everybody's favorite character thanks to his outspokenness and earnest heart.
どうしたの？
The fact he still retains such qualities after going through so much trauma stands as a testament to how much of a legendary lad he truly is. Not only did his brother abandon him when he was a child, but he got his face crushed trying to save the girl he would come to love, and as a result, had to hide his face behind a mask for the rest of his brief life. Be it monster or man, Gugu was a boss through and through. Number 7, Vash. Trigon. You wouldn't expect a man with a $6 billion double-dollar bounty to have much of a heart, let alone be a pacifist with a childish personality, but then again, Vash is so much more than meets the eye.
Perfect shot.
In actuality, he's a humanoid plant who saw his fair share of suffering all throughout his photosynthesis adolescence, between the bloodlust of his brother Knives, as well as the prejudice of the human citizens of Gunsmoke. Vash unfortunately became the catalyst for the July incident, an event that cost hundreds of thousands of lives, and as such earned him the infamous moniker of the Humanoid Typhoon. That's a whole lot of bad luck for just one seedling. Number 6, Seiya. Cautious hero. The hero is overpowered, but overly cautious. Without a doubt the funniest isekai protagonist out there, Seiya's mentality when it comes to saving the world is problematic to say the least. It's entertaining as all hell, but as time went on, cracks began to show in his unflinching dedication to being overly prepared for every quest, hinting at some skeletons in his closet, which turned out to be dead on, since once upon a time, he was just like every other dude in this genre transported into a fancy land, uplifting, kind, and generic.
Gonna be okay.
At least until a demon ate his love interest and unborn child. That kinda sucked.
お願いだお願いだからやめてくれ
Number 5, Dazai, Bungo Stray Dogs. You wouldn't think a man who makes a habit of trying to take his own life to be much of a jokester. And yet, out of every member of the armed detective agency, you can always count on Dazai to bring the funny. Pretty astounding, on account that he's also one of the most powerful ability users out there, and has a past saturated in blood.
これで手がかりはなくなった。
During his time with Port Mafia, Dazai was as ruthless as they came, not hesitating to dish out death in any given scenario.
そういう男はね、使えない部下をこうするんだ。
At least until his best friend used his dying breath to beg him to be a good man and protect what little innocence was left in the world.
私はどうすればいい人を救う側になれ
Number 4, Polnareff, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders. He's the flashy Frenchman who can slice any stand user into salami. But beneath his incredible hair and terrible look with women, there exists a past strewn with revenge and regret.
トレビアンだよトレビアン顎の下も頼むぜ
This all stems back to his childhood, where his beloved sister was brutally murdered by the likes of Jay Gale.
妹が恥ずかしめを受け殺された男の目的はただそれだけだった
The heartbreak sent him traversing the world in search of hunting down the sicko so he could personally introduce him to Silver Chariot's sword. Good thing Jotaro came along, otherwise he'd be left in his slump as Dio's slave and never completes his vengeance.
それは張り串刺しの怪我だ
Number 3, Senor Pink, One Piece. At first glance, you might see just another crazed, outrageous pirate just waiting to be taken down a peg by the Straw Hats.
にゃんにゃんスーブレックス
But like all things in Oda's world, there's a sorrowful nuance to the character that none of us were expecting. So why does a gangster dress up like an oversized infant?
あなたこの子の名前は
Turns out that following the death of their child, the only way for Senor Pink to get any reaction out of his comatose wife was to dress up as their son.
ごめんよ冗談が過ぎたねこんな格好人に見られたら
It's unbelievably sad and completely pulls a 180 on the character's seemingly silly antics. Number 2, Inosuke. We won't get into any manga spoilers here, don't worry. While the specifics of the swordsman's past remain somewhat of a mystery, from what we've seen in the anime so far, Inosuke did not have it easy. These days, the poor-masked member of the Demon Slayer Corps has always garnered the most laughs, from his crazed fighting mentality all the way to his inability to get a person's name right.
俺はお前じゃないかまど炭治郎だ
かまぼこゴンパチロ
We can't get enough of it. So where did he come from? Given that in a pain-induced flashback, we saw an infant Inosuke being dropped into the wilderness by a seriously wounded mother, it's clear that he's had to fight to survive basically his entire life.
ごめんね伊之助お前だけは生き延びて
That's deeply troubling. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Gintoki, Gintama. In both laughs and tears, the white demon always slays. When it comes to the comedy, Gintoki truly has no equal. The man has been breaking fourth walls and parodying everything under the sun for decades now. It just makes it all the more phenomenal that between all of the ball-breaking gags, there's a character underneath it all who's still suffering under the guilt of having to kill his beloved sensei for the sake of his friends, an act that led him into exile and near starvation. Gintoki clearly doesn't do anything by half measures. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.